right, here you go. What up, Mastermind? Happy 2019. Happy January. Already did. And you did. I beat it. So we're gonna get into a few things today. DJ, Daddy's gone. You gotta stop, okay?
Hi.
So we're gonna get into a few things today. One of the things I want to get into is the new Herbalife promotions that are gonna roll out. And then I also want to get into some breakthroughs that I had as far as building an Herbalife business, building up the Herbalife royalty check. And then getting clear on some of the things that you are in this business for, like what your end game is. So y'all are cool with that? Give me a thumbs up. All right, cool. So I want to welcome and acknowledge you guys to our mastermind meetings. Y'all know we have these every Tuesday morning at 11 a.m. And for those that choose to hop on, I applaud you guys because as you can see, there is not always a consistent flow of everybody, but there are the few who consistently get on every Tuesday morning to sharpen the sword. Iron sharpens iron. So in this world of Herbalife, where we are building something we have never built before, where we're trying to accomplish something in our lives that we've never done before, it's going to take associating ourselves with people who are trying to do the same thing. That's just the way it is. When you're at your job or you're at school or wherever you are, where you spend time with, the people you spend time the most with is what your life is typically going to look like. So if you want something different, then you have to get around people who are doing something different. And I was listening to Eric Roy. I shared the video with you guys. I think it was yesterday. But he talked about, when he first started out, he didn't have access to these successful people. So one of the things that he did was he made them his personal friends through personal development, through cassette tapes, audio tapes, stuff like that. Thankfully, we have access to tons of successful people now with technology, with Audible, with YouTube, the internet, and then also with these Zooms here. So we, as Herbalife members, from all around the world, wherever we are, we have an opportunity to really brainstorm and mastermind with each other and sharpen our skills from anywhere, literally from the comfort of our own homes if we're actually home right now. So I want to acknowledge you guys for that, not taking this for granted, like literally not taking this for granted and showing up consistently. So I applaud you guys for that. So I want to get into some Herbalife promos. You guys know that we have a January kickoff that's coming up. We had a tag team call yesterday with Herbalife, and they went over some of the promos with us. And the reason I'm going to go over it with you guys is because a lot of times when you see it at an event, if it's your first time seeing it, sometimes it's like it kind of just goes over your head. But I don't want this to go over you guys' head because these promos are put out for a reason. So Herbalife looks at everything. They look at Herbalife distributors, their numbers, the people that are being successful. They look at what those people that are being successful are doing, and then the promos come from that, right? The promos come from looking at what's working for people and then planning the promos accordingly, right? So they're giving us the blueprint for what's working for other people inside of a promo. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Thumbs up? Okay, cool. So I don't want us to gloss over it inside of the kickoff. I want for us that when it comes up for us in the kickoff, we're listening from a different space because we've already went over the details. Now we're looking at, instead of looking at it and trying to figure it out, we're looking at the promos and plugging people into it. Like our brain is going towards, okay, now let me get some people inside of these promos. Make sense? All right, cool. I don't know if am I connected with y'all? Y'all good? All right, cool. All right, so I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to show you guys the promos that are coming up. All right, so first off, this is something that Jamal and I had talked about. He was like, bro, what's this level 1 thing? What's this level 2 thing? So DAP has been revamped. They have revamped DAP. And I'm hyped because this is really smart what Herbalife is doing. So you see this says new DAP level 1 and level 2. Before, what DAP was there was no levels. It was just somebody that comes into the business and they do 500 points 3 months in a row. They get the choice of one of the 3 gifts, whether it be the gym bag with the headset, or the cash, or the other gift. I think it was a duffel bag or something like that. But now it has been revamped for 2019. So there are 2 levels to DAP now. And also for the old DAP, it didn't matter when you hit it as long as you hit it, right? But what Herbalife is seeing, that people are seeing more success with their business when they do things early. They said there's a percentage, a very high percentage of people that make it to supervisor when they take advantage of that within their first 1 to 2 months. And there's a very low success rate for people who do not take advantage of DAP in their first 1 to 2 months. So they changed the qualifications to 1 to 2 levels, and it starts off in your qualification month or the month after. So let's go over the levels. So level 1, let me see, does it say it in here? No. So level 1 is 250 documented volume points in a 3-month span. Level 2 is 500 documented volume points in a 3-month span. So what does that mean? That means if a person comes in the business in January, they have either January or February to do at least 250 documented volume points to start their DAP qualification. All right, to start it. It has to be started in the first month or at least by the second month. All right, so if they sign up in January, they have until February to get into cuts of DAP. So if they do 250 documented volume points in 3 months consecutively, they'll qualify for DAP level 1. If they do 500 documented volume points in 3 months consecutively, they'll qualify for level 2. So level 1 is this Herbalife Nutrition branded meal prep set with the meal prep containers, ice pack, tablet box, and an insulated lunch bag. All right, that's level 1. Level 2 is the meal prep set plus $75 cash. All right, so they get the meal prep set and the $75 cash on top of that. All right, so let's go back to the qualification. So what that means, if somebody comes in January, right, and they do 250 documented volume points, and then February they do 250, and in March they do 250, they qualify for level 1. They can then do 500 in April, 500 in May, and 500 in June and qualify for level 2 because they started their qualification in January, right? So they have a full 6 months to complete level 1 and level 2 if they start the qualifications within their first or second month. And they can break that down into 3 months if they wanted to. They can just come in right out the gate and do 500, 500, 500. They can qualify for level 1 and level 2. But as long as they start the qualifications by doing 250 in their first or second month in the business, then they can actually hit level 1 and level 2. So it says new distributors signing up on January 15, 2019 can complete their first qualification month in January up to February, end of month. All right. So I can't see y'all, but just let me know if that makes sense. And I have any questions about the new DAP?
Yeah, it makes sense to me.
Okay, cool. Awesome.
But one thing I wanted to say, so I get the what's like 250. So you do 250, 250, 250. That's the first one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but if they just do what we've been doing, 500, 500, 500, they'll get both of them regardless.
Yep, they'll get both.
So not fair.
I'll tell you, like, where was that 250 at when I came in? Anybody got any other questions? I think this is super smart because number one is getting people to get a sense of urgency behind their business when they first start. And it's cool because we can start speaking to this right away. Like as soon as somebody comes in, giving them the goal of 250 if they want to hit level 1 or 500 if they want to hit level 2, but letting people know at the minimum you want to do 250 to keep yourself in the running for that, right? Minimum 250 in your first or second month of the business. Really, really smart. All right, anybody else have any questions about that? All right, cool. All right, so also the 2K pilot program has been extended. What the 2K pilot program is people can do supervisor or qualified producer in half of what it used to be. So for those that have been around for a little bit, you guys know that supervisor used to be 4,000 documented volume points or 4,000 points in a span of 1 to 12 months, all right? And for people who go back a little bit further, for me, it was 5,000 points in the span of 1 to 12 months. Now with the pilot program, if somebody does 2,000 documented volume points in 1 to 2 months, they'll be a supervisor, meaning they can do half of what is required. Now the 4,000 points in 1 to 12 months is still around, right? So if you don't do 2,000 in 1 to 2 months, you can still accumulate 4,000 over a year, to hit supervisor. But with the pilot program, they can cut that in half if they get some momentum going, all right? And they do 1,000, 1,000, or split it up differently, 1,500, 500, right? Also, that applies to qualified producers as well, too. So 1,000 documented volume points over 1 to 2 months is going to make somebody a qualified producer. So the beauty of that is it actually works in tandem with DAP. So if someone comes in pushing for DAP level 2, right, they want the meal prep set plus the $75 cash, then they can do 500, 500, right? That hits their first 2 cuts of DAP. That also makes them a supervisor. A qualified producer. Right out the gate, 2 months, 500, 500, qualified producer, and now next month you still have to push for your 3rd cut of that. And what happens is people get that momentum going, right? So then that first 2 cuts of that pushes them into now pushing for supervisor in their last cut of that. Sometimes people will hit supervisor in the first 2 months, and in that 3rd month, they still have that last cut of that to push for, which we're going to get into because there's something exciting coming for Herbalife. So anybody have any questions about the 2K pilot program? Nope. All right, cool. So that's been extended all the way until December 2019. We must take advantage of this. Seriously, guys, take advantage. Bring in new distributors and immediately start talking to them about DAP level 1 and 2 and the 2K pilot program right away. Give them the steps to success. All right, so I think this right here is a game changer. Game changer. So you guys know that we have people that will come into the business. They'll hit their cuts of DAP, right? They're excited. They're getting recognized. They're hyped. Then they hit supervisor. They're excited. They get recognized. They're hyped. And then the next goal for them is to do 2,500 in a month. And then they're like, it's too much. I never did 2,500 ever. You're telling me to go from hitting 500 or 750 to 2,500. Like, that's a big jump, right? Let me look at some faces. Look at some faces real quick. Anybody ever experienced that? Anybody experiencing that right now? You hit super, you're like 2,500. You tell me to do 2,500?
I tell you, when I hit supervisor, I was like, sheesh.
Right? All right. So Herbalife has come up with another step, a step before the cut. And this one is the new supervisor program. Is open to all new, fully qualified supervisors. And what that means is once you hit supervisor, right, the next month they have what's called the supervisor program, which means all new fully qualified supervisors from January 1st. All right, so this is only for people that hit supervisor in 2019 who complete their first cut of this promotion in their new supervisor recognition month. Meaning, let's say somebody hit supervisor in December, and then January they are fully qualified. So when you guys hear something say fully qualified, that means the next month after you hit supervisor, right? So in the month you're hitting supervisor, let's say you hit it in December you're a qualifying supervisor. In January, you become a fully qualified supervisor. Website changes, pen gets shipped out, everything, all right? So what that means is anybody that hits supervisor this year, the month that they become fully qualified supervisor, meaning the next month after they hit, if they do 1,000 documented volume points 3 months in a row, they will qualify for the new supervisor program. So let's give an example. Somebody hits supervisor in December, right? In January, they become a fully qualified supervisor. So they have January to do 1,000 documented volume, February to do 1,000 documented volume, March to do 1,000 documented volume, check, they qualify. Let's say somebody hits supervisor in January, right? So they're qualifying in January. In February, now they're a fully qualified supervisor. So that's when the cuts start for them. So it's 1,000 documented volume points in February, March, and April, check, you qualify. So here's what they get. They get free entrance into an STS. They get 3 months of BizWorks subscription for free. And they get an exclusive BizWorks online training that we can't even get. Boom. This is super, super smart.
I'm just saying, where was this when, king. You know what I mean?
It's super, super smart. First off, how smart is it that they're giving a supervisor free entrance to an STS? They're literally telling them, this is where you want to go in your business. You want to go to this training, so we're going to give you a free ticket to go, right? Second is giving them steps to build up to 2,500 instead of giving them that big leap from DAC to cuts of active supervisor. Super, super smart. Like literally walking people through, right? Distributor development is one of the most important things inside of Herbalife. All right. So anybody have any questions about that? Cool. Tay got that face again. Like, where was this when I was around?
Yeah, it sounds great.
Sound good. So Tay, this is what you need to be thinking. Who am I gonna help hit this? Right? Who am I gonna help hit that level 1 and 2? Because I know you're like, damn, well, I can't get none of this. You can for your team, right? So that level 1s and 2 for your team, new supervisor program for your team. Like use all of these tools now to really funnel people in. And I'm telling you guys, this is what we're going to do as a team. We're going to walk people through these steps, right? Help people build up a client base, start building up a team, walking them through the steps of going to events, right? Helping them learn how to use their website, get on BizWorks, get that exclusive training, and then get into cuts of active soup and then go into Royalties.
Dang, question. So with Tay, right? And so when she is supervisor this month, then would that play a factor? Okay, all right, just being clear.
Yep.
All right, cool. So she'll do the 1,000, and then.
Yep.
All right, cool.
Definitely. And Tay, is this your last cut of that this month? Or you hit it already?
I hit my last cut of that already.
Okay, awesome. All right, so you got the old DAP. You actually get the great DAP, though, because I want the headphones banging. But you do qualify to be able to get the new supervisor program.
Stay up for grabs, y'all got money. Best offer.
Yeah, and that's just perfect. This is perfect for you. Anybody else have any questions about the new supervisor program? Anything? All right, cool. All right, let's go to some other motions. Here we go. All right, so this is for preferred members. So this is called the Bring Out Your Best promotion. Like I said, you guys are going to see all this at the kickoff. I just didn't want you at kickoff to be trying to figure it out. I wanted you to be trying to learn how to use the tool instead of figure it out at kickoff. All right, so the preferred member promotion. So if any preferred member you have that does 150 plus points in January, February, and March is going to get this free mirror kit. And the reason they're doing gifts geared towards women for the preferred members is because they found that there's over 80% of preferred members are actually females. So that's why these gifts are geared towards women, right? And even for a guys, you know, it's a great thing to be able to get a gift to give to a woman, right? So these gifts are geared towards females because most preferred members are females. So 150 points in January, February, and March is going to get you this free Bring Out Your Best promotion gift from Herbalife. And they can also do 450 points or more in one single month in either January, February, or March. All right, next up is called the Always in Style promotion. It's an Herbalife Nutrition Leopard Print Scarf. So this is for any preferred members who have not made a purchase. I repeat, who have not made a purchase between November and December 31st, right? So since November, you have any preferred members who have not ordered. If they place an order between January 4th and the end of this month of $100 or more, they will receive an Herbalife Nutrition Leopard Print Scarf. All right, cool. And then HM Rewards, we guys have HM Rewards customers. Just to be clear, HM Rewards customers are not preferred members. HM Rewards customers are customers who are retail customers, right? They have not signed up to be a preferred member to get a discount. They are your retail customers, meaning they at some point, you or them entered their information inside of your Go Herbalife or your customer section or your My Herbalife and signed them up for the HM Rewards portion. So HM Rewards customers, as they buy product, they get points towards gifts. This is a really awesome feature you guys may or may not know about. You're not taking advantage of this. I suggest you go on your My Herbalife and take a look at how this works. So you have to have your HM Rewards, actually that option set up on your My Herbalife site. And what that means is somebody goes on your Go Herbalife, they purchase product, they get points towards rewards. And they'll see all that stuff. Like they'll see all that stuff on their end. So the more they purchase, the more points they get, which they can then get rewards. And Herbalife is going to automatically ship out those rewards. And they got some really cool stuff, some really cool branded shaker cups and water bottles and fitness gear, all that type of stuff. So it's double points for January 2nd to January 31st for HM Rewards customers. So any retail customers you guys have who are not interested in signing up as a preferred member, let them know it's double points for anybody purchasing this month from your Go Herbalife site, or you're placing the order yourself as a customer direct. But they have to be a part of the HM Rewards program in order to participate. Anybody got any questions about that? Nope. All right, cool. All right, stop sharing. All right, that was a lot, right? Gave y'all a lot. You understand why I wanted to share it with you now instead of you getting all this at a kickoff? Now when you get it at kickoff, it's going to make a little more sense, right? Get to the promotion section, you get to the last 5 minutes, and they're going over all these promotions. Instead of you like trying to figure it out, like looking at the fine print and all that, you're going to be like, all right, cool, how am I going to use this? How am I going to utilize this? All right, so let's get into what I wanted to get into. You guys know it's at the top of the year, so I wanted to get into like really building an Herbalife business and understanding what that means. And then I wanted to work our way from the end to now, right? So what that means is like starting with the end in mind and then working your way back from that. That makes sense? So in my Herbalife career, I shared a picture in the Supervisor Telegram this morning. And the picture was, I started Herbalife in April of 2012. I was kind of in, but I wasn't really in. I was just using the products, and I would help a couple people here and there. In September is where I really caught the vision. I went to an event with Khalil in California. I saw everything. I saw like 500 ripped up people on the beach, women and men, shredded abs, everything. And then they took me back to this nutrition club. I'm brand new supervisor at this point. Took me back to this nutrition club, made us a shake. I was like, yeah, I know I'm already on Herbalife. I know what's going on here. And then they took us upstairs and they started sharing stories about income. Mine was freaking blown. I was like, what the hell? People making this kind of money doing this? Looking good, making money, like this is crazy. Is this real? Like, is this real? So then in September, I started hitting cuts, right? Came in, I hit supervisor. And so in September, I was fully qualified supervisor. Went to the event with Khalil, came back, hit my first cut. So I came into the new year, hit an active supervisor and then world team, right? And so I hit active supervisor world team. By April of that next year, I had hit active world team. So by the end of the year, I was get team. So from world team at the beginning of the year, all the way through to the end of the year, we were get team, right? And then there was a point where I was get team for a while, like a minute. Like my whole Herbalife career was just like get team. And then I was like, why is this not working? So I want to share with you guys some of the breakthroughs as far as like why we were stuck at this pin. And a lot of people will say there's like a school in Herbalife, like you got to go through this school, and whatever like pen is you're at is like a school for you to learn something there. But honestly, it wasn't. There was no school. Like it was just something I wasn't doing. I didn't understand the Herbalife business. So one of the things that I really realized is I was using my business method to build my business, thinking that it was going to get me coaches and build up a team. And it did. It did. It got us to get team. But I wasn't building an Herbalife business. I was building a fit camp business at the time. That's what I was building. I was working in the park. We were doing big workouts in the park. We were getting people on product. We were getting those people at the park that got on product to become coaches and to bring more people back to the park. And that's what our business was built on. But when that park workout, like when it got too cold, right? It's Jersey. Like we ain't in California. We can't work out on the beach all year long. When it got cold, we had to figure something out. We had to figure out where to go. So we started going to Planet Fitness. We do some workouts in there. A couple months, they let us do some workouts at the recreation center. And then we went to like a martial arts studio. They let us rent some time in there. But as you can imagine, we're talking about building a president's team business, and there was no stability in our business because we're bouncing around all these different places trying to find a place to do a workout. Then there was a point where I actually tore my patella tendon. I was in a wheelchair for a little bit. I was on crutches. I couldn't run workouts. So guess what? My business suffered because of it. And then I started to understand that I wasn't actually building an Herbalife business. Not what I was building. I was building a workout business. I was building a fit camp business that relied on me being in top physical condition to run these workouts. And if I wasn't, my business suffered. That ain't what I wanted. That ain't what I wanted. It was a blessing. You guys imagine that? Like tearing your patella tendon and being in a wheelchair is a blessing to you. Like that was a blessing to me because it helped me realize some things. It really did. Then we opened up a fitness and nutrition club. We tried to put the nutrition inside of it. We tried to go directly to the source of getting people on the product. And then I realized that I'm not knocking anybody that has a nutrition club or plans to do a nutrition club. But then I realized I had employed myself and I created a job for myself. And that ain't what I wanted. Not what I wanted. So that was a blessing too. Me paying $1,200 a month in rent. My family is like struggling. Our check wasn't that high in Herbalife at the time. So it was like a really stressful time, but it was a blessing because it taught me some things. It taught me how to really get clear on what it is that I want to build inside of Herbalife. So I want to share those breakthroughs with you guys, right? Just pure Herbalife, pure how to build an Herbalife business. I want to share that with you guys. And I also want to, before I share that with you guys, I want to go through what it is that you guys want. What is it that y'all want to build? So we're going to begin with the end in mind. Where do you want to take your Herbalife business? What does that income look like for you? And like, what does your life look like? So for example, for me, I'm definitely going for president's team this year. And what that looks like for me is exactly what I do right now. Like, I'm being real with you guys. What I do right now is everything I ever envisioned in Herbalife. I envision having a family. I envision working from home. I envision my Herbalife royalty check taking care of my family and us being financially free. I want bigger funnels to draw 20 new customers a month. Got it. So that's what I envisioned. I'm actually living that dream, everything except for presidency. But here's where I think most people mess up at. I think most people mess up because when they come inside of Herbalife, they get caught up in the method, which is what I did. I got caught up in the method. I got caught up in the fit camp. I got caught up in the nutrition club. And I didn't really have like my focus on what I wanted to get out of this. What I really wanted to get out of this was freedom. That's what I wanted. And sometimes because you don't know how to do it, you'll let your desire to accomplish the goal sacrifice the goal. So because I wanted it so bad, I was willing to sacrifice my freedom to get my freedom. That makes sense? But here's the thing. I didn't have to. I didn't have to sacrifice my freedom to get the freedom. That's just what I thought. That's what I told myself. Jamal remembers when the club was struggling. I was paying all that rent. It was just me paying rent for a club. It was nobody really coming in for the fit camps. And I was like, the end is near. I was just like, nah, this is what I get to do to build my business. I got to keep this going for the new distributors coming in. I must keep these doors open. False. It wasn't true at all. I have to put my family in that financial predicament, keep a club open. We closed the club and went to millionaire team. How about that? We closed the club, got our freedom back, and expanded our business. So what is it that you guys want? What is that one thing you really want in your life?
I would say for me, I would say president's team and just freedom.
Gotcha. Freedom. Anybody else? What's that one thing you really want?
For me, it's really the personal development. My attitude stinks when I before Herbalife. That's the most important thing for me, and a steady income at least 5,000 or better.
Got it, sir. I love that actually too. The one thing y'all really want.
Get 2.5 for me at the end of the year. Is that accurate? We talking about at the end of the year or just at the end in mind period?
Well, period. Like, what do you want in your life?
In my life.
What's the one thing that's driving you that you want to accomplish in your life?
I want to know that my daughter don't have to worry about, needing something and she can't get it because the money is not there. On my side and her mother's side.
Got it. All right, so let's flip that. So instead of what you don't want, let's talk about what you do want for her.
I want my daughter to know that she can have anything that she needs.
Got it.
Okay. Thank you for at first I was like, what are you talking about? I thought I did say that, but I had to think about it. And thank you for that, bro.
Got it. Anybody else? What's that one thing you want? I feel that too, bro. That's exactly what I want. I want DJ to have all the advantages, all the opportunities to be as successful as he wants to be. And now Cyrus. I'm so used to saying DJ. I want Cyrus to have all the advantages, all the opportunities. I want them to wake up knowing my dad works from home. We make really good money. Like, I want that. I want to be able to come and go as I please. Make really good money. Look good, dress good, talk well. Anybody else? What's the one thing you want? Myra, don't be shy. This is family. You can talk. What do you want? What are you here for? Like, what's driving you to show up to this Zoom? What intrigued you about Herbalife? Like, what is it you want in your life? You're on mute. Wait, you're still on mute. Let me unmute you.
Yeah. You hear me now?
Yep, gotcha.
All right. I guess it's to be financially free and to be around my children more and just to be able to build the life that I want for us.
Awesome. Got it. How many kids do you have?
2 boys.
Oh, yeah. That's what's up. All right. Got it. We connected right there. Let's build it. Let's build it for our boys.
Yes.
I want financial freedom. I want to be able to buy whatever I want, whenever I want, take care of my family, and just total happiness.
Let's go. Got it, Bree. All right, cool. All right.
I got one more thing.
Yeah.
So I really want to be able to take over all the finances. My mom, I'm from Camden, New Jersey, but right now we reside in Virginia. My mom, she works for the post office. She's a letter carrier, and she's been down here for 10 years. And I really want to be the one to be able to provide for my family because it's her walking in them streets is really taking a toll on her body. And I just want her to rest, and I just want to be able to take care of everybody.
Got it. Got it, Mara. You know what's so cool? For those who qualify for the top 5 call next week, so it'll be next week, Tuesday at 7 p.m. It's going to be with Brian Holyfield. And I remember when I first came into Herbalife, all Brian Holyfield used to say was, I wanted to retire my mom. That was my goal, to retire my mom. That drove him. I wanted to retire my mom. And I'll never forget that picture of him collecting his first Mark Hughes bonus at the honors. And his mom was there. And just the check alone was like $400,000 or something like that. And he's like, she ain't got to work no more. Did it. And he used to say all the time, your hunger, your drive, your work ethic has to be unexplainable. And that's because he had a very strong why, a very strong drive, a very strong reason that he worked so hard. So I received that, got that. All right, cool. I know we got everybody, but anybody have anything on their heart they want to say that they really felt like they didn't get across? No? All right, cool. All right. So I want to show you guys this because inside of Herbalife, there's so many things, and not just Herbalife, life. There's so many things that can knock you off track that can get you distracted. There's so many things. But Herbalife is the most simple business in the world. It's super simple. The reason people are so successful in Herbalife is because they set their mind on one thing and they go towards that, right? The reason some people don't see the success they want is because they come in, they set their mind towards the goal, and then they get distracted and they start to think what they're doing isn't working, or maybe they got to do something else, or maybe their life takes them away from what really builds an Herbalife business. Like stuff happens in your life, and like, well, I really have to show up to this event because My volume is up. I'm getting clients. I know what I'm doing, right? That's not what it's about. If you want financial freedom, if you want to be able to come and go as you please, you don't want to have to work for anybody else ever again. If you want to retire your mom and for your boys to never have to worry about money, right? You want to build up your royalties. That's what you want. You want to build up your royalties. What are royalties? Royalties is what comes from you building a team of supervisors, successful, stable supervisors. All right. So I'm going to show you guys the breakthroughs for me, like how my mind started to break things down. How many people ever done an HOM, like hosted the HOM? All right. So thumbs up if you ever hosted the HOM and you practiced with me. Jamal. Okay, cool. So Jamal, when I practiced the HOM with you, didn't I break it down into like these bullet points, right? Like it was like real simple. I'm gonna show you the way my mind works. So the bullet points was like my story, Mark Hughes' story, products, result shares, part-time shares, use where talk, marketing plan, full-time shares, close. All right. So if you understand the flow of an HOM, it's such a simple presentation to give because you know exactly what key points you have to hit, and then you just insert yourself into it. Right. So this is what I found inside of Herbalife too. And this is not, I don't mean like I came up with this stuff. I mean, like I was taught this stuff and I was taught a whole bunch of other stuff too. And then as I grew in my Herbalife business, it'll be 7 years in April, which is crazy. It'll be 7 years I've been doing Herbalife in April. That's crazy, right? So as I grew and I started to understand it more, I started to move away all the other stuff that wasn't actually serving me. I started to see what it actually was that helped me become successful and what the real legends in the business were trying to tell us. All right. So I'm going to start with the end in mind and work my way back. Cool? All right, here we go. All right, let me clear this up. All right, here we go. Start with the end. Here's the end right here. Extravaganza. This is the biggest vision you can possibly get inside of Herbalife for a distributor. Now, it gets bigger after this, but we're talking mill team, press teaming up. All right, there's a future press team retreat coming up. There's the president team vacation. There's Herbalife honors in Singapore. Like, it gets bigger, but for a distributor, extravaganza is the biggest vision they can possibly get. And vision is what it's all about. Giving people the vision so they can see past what their life is like now to what it can possibly be like if they stay focused in this business. All right, next, the quarterly events, which is kickoff, coming up next weekend, and LDW. After that, STS. After that, the HOM. Y'all see where I'm going with, right? It's the vision, right? Extravaganza, biggest vision you could paint for a distributor. Then you got the kickoff, LDW, the quarterly events. Every 3 months is a big quarterly event, like a 2 or 3 day training. Biggest vision you can give outside of extravaganza. And then one Saturday a month is an STS. All right, so there's kickoff, and then there's STS, LDW, and then STS, LDW. Right? So then, extravaganza. So then after the STS, the next biggest vision you can give is an HOM. Right? We got that online or local. Right? And then after the HOM, it gets down to the daily action. Right? What are you doing every day? So inside of that, there's only a few simple things you have to do every day to build your business. Very, very simple. I'm going to tell you guys, this is your job as an Herbalife distributor. If you want to go to Get Team, Mill Team, Press Team, then every day, 2 things you want to be doing. You want to be retailing, you want to be recruiting, and you want to be retaining people. Doing great follow-up. So this is you getting customers. This is you getting distributors. And this is you doing great follow-up with both. With both your customers and distributors. All right. So then let's go even smaller. How do you get customers, distributors, and retain them? Invites. You invite people to wellness profile. You invite people to a workout. You invite people to a Zoom call. You invite people to an HOM. You invite people to a shake party. Whatever, right? That's all part of your DMO. DMO is your daily method of operation. What are you doing every day? All right? Let's go even smaller now. When you want to do your invites, what you want to do is you want to do it simple so it duplicates. So before you start doing invites, you want to do it with someone else who's been doing it for a while so you don't overcomplicate it. So learn what people are doing who have made it really, really simple so that when you do your invites, you make it really, really simple so that the people you're inviting see that it is very simple and they'll want to do it with you. AKA a button response, right? Learn what a button response is. If you don't know what a button response is, you want to check. You want to go learn what a button response is. Where are your buttons? How to respond to that. If you're doing social media, how do you message people and get them very simply to get on the phone or a video chat with you? Very simply. Anybody have any questions about any of this? I'm telling y'all, I'm giving y'all everything that I have learned over the past 7 years that if I wipe everything else away, this is what builds your Herbalife business. And this is what I'm going to do in 2019 to take us to presidency. Anybody have any questions about that?
Yes, Damon. Under HOM, you said you got online, and what's the other part?
Local.
Oh, that's what that.
I know.
Yeah, because I'm like, what is that, 101? All right, I got it.
I told y'all my handwriting is bad. It's just what it is.
Yeah, I'm writing everything down, so I just wanted to make sure, like, for the people that couldn't make it on the call,
Gotcha.
I mean, I'll give it to them. All right, I got it. Thank you.
All right, so this is duplication right here. So it's duplication, which is teaching, grooming. Right, so learning how to do things really simple, right, so that when you do these invites now, it duplicates. And simple invitations done consistently will lead to customers, distributors, and then you get to do great follow-up with them, right? And you do this every day, and then you funnel these people into an HOM, which then funnels into the STS, to the quarterly events, and then all roads lead to extravaganza. I'm telling y'all, this is how my brain works. This is what I've learned in 7 years. And real talk, shit is simple. It was simple as hell. I was the one who overcomplicated it. Mad simple. All right, so there's one step after that. There's one thing, because you could do all this stuff and it not work for you. There's one last thing that you, as an Herbalife distributor, get your focus on. Y'all ready for that? Who knows what it is?
Your results.
Exactly. You. Your health results, your personal development, your leadership skills, you. Just focus on you getting better 1% every day. And I promise you, everything we just went over will work for you if you keep doing it. That's it. It's you. You are the deciding factor. All the stuff that I just went over, I didn't make that stuff up. This is stuff that has been shown to me for 7 years. Everybody got this part right here? I'm about to unshare the screen.
There you go.
This stuff has been shown to me for 7 years, like literally 7 years. You know how long it took me to actually like see it with no filters? It took me like 5 years. It took me 5 years to unlearn some of the stuff I had learned. Like when you come into Herbalife, you bring stuff. Now you bring some great skills, but you also bring some like philosophies. You know what I'm saying? Like you bring some of your own philosophies inside of this. And it's like, yeah, your philosophies may work for what you were doing, but you might want to adopt some Herbalife philosophies if you want to increase your Herbalife royalty check. And I'm going to be honest, I've learned that Herbalife royalties is what gives you access to everything you wanted. That's the name of the game. Royalty is king. It's not about the money. It's about what the money can do for you. You ever heard somebody say, I made $1,500 last month and that paid for my mortgage and my car insurance and all that stuff? Like, it's about what it can do for you. Herbalife royalty checks allows me to be able to wake up and go to the gym and then come home and play with my son and play with my infant son and shave and hop on the Zoom and hang out with my wife and go to an HOM once a week, go to bed watching a movie as a family and wake up and do whatever I want the next day. Like, so it's not about the money. It's about what the money can provide for you. All I've ever wanted was to be free. All I've ever wanted. I've only wanted to be free. Once I learned how to channel that and really build an Herbalife business, free. And guess what? Now that I know that, now that I'm very clear on that, nothing can distract me from that ever again. I don't have to sacrifice my freedom to get freedom. I don't have to do that. All I have to do is learn how to work my way through this Herbalife marketing plan, leverage the event, because I'm not a president's team member. I'm not a 15K, 20K chairman's club founder. I'm not that. So all I have to do is learn how to leverage the events and get people around those people and let them see the vision that I saw.
Yo, bro, I like how you said that, man. Like using the events and stuff as leverage. And that's what they do with the promos. You know what I mean? Like
exactly.
They use it as, you know what I mean? Like the whole new DAP 1, DAP 2, you know what I'm saying? The meal prep, the dip itself is, you know what I mean, leverage. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody needs some containers. You know what I mean? At least for your one meal a day. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? The whole structure is just brilliant, you know, because it's based on leverage. It gives us everything that we need if we decide to use it as leverage, or we want to work hard and take a long time to get there. So thank you for saying that.
Yeah. Does this make sense to you guys? Huh?
When you're ready, I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead, bud.
I'm sorry, I'm driving in between patients. So I'm trying to build that sense of community, because I loved what Khalil said in last weekend's training, is that, you know, they don't see it until they're part of the culture. And for the people that don't want to come to a meeting and see the culture, I'm trying to build that sense of community through activities. Peggy Harding has been killing the business with cardio drumming, and she's not just exercising people. Through cardio drumming, she's getting a new customer every single day. She's got 149 people coming to 4 sessions of cardio drumming tomorrow night that I was supposed to be helping out in. I mean, that's, for me, that is priceless, because I have such limited blocks of time with my job that I need a bigger funnel. I'm struggling with that because getting one person at a time to the meetings to feel the culture, it's not happening fast enough for me. So, you know, can you speak to that a little bit? I know you went through the, you know, the fit camps and it didn't work, but she's doing it because she's speaking on nutrition as well. And she's doing the wellness profiles and getting a customer a day on a full plan.
Gotcha. How do you want me to respond to that? Do you want me to respond to that in like
Tell me when I'm
a PC way, or do you want me to give you the real, like, this is?
You know, I would love to have half the room. That's my vision, to have half the room at the meetings. It's not happening fast enough for me. You know, I'm doing a good 20 invites and trying to get at least 3 people to the meetings. What am I doing wrong, I guess? Or I just have to keep going?
We're definitely not doing anything wrong. So how do you want me to respond? Do you want me to respond PC, or you want me to just be real?
I'm sorry. Be real. Go on.
Okay, awesome. So if you want to build a cardio drumming business, go right ahead, but that's not going to do it. You're not doing anything wrong. So Mark Hughes used to say he see people come into Herbalife and they hit President's Team super fast, right? And then they got to do the work, because let's say the first 6 or 7 people they get in, they just go, right? But then the next 100 people they get in don't go. And then they're like, maybe I'm doing something wrong. They quit. But then he said he's seen people come into Herbalife, they plug into the event, and their first 100 people don't go. But then they find that 7, right? After that 100, they find that 7. He said those are the people that last in Herbalife, because they had to do the work. They had to do the work. It's the people that don't want to do the work that won't last. So as far as community, I mean, I've definitely heard that word used a lot. I love that, like, community. But honestly, we have a community. So if you're going to use cardio drumming, understand how to use cardio drumming. So if your cardio drumming is not going to funnel people into the HOM STS extravaganza structure, then it won't build your Herbalife royalty check. It might for a little bit, but it won't sustain. And I'm actually speaking from experience. I'm telling you straight up from experience. I've used the Fit Camp too. It was the time when we had over 100 people in the park. We had so many people in the park that the park said we had to get insurance. We had to get a permit. Can you imagine that? Like, the park coming to you and saying you got to get a permit. And we're like, well, what about all those 30 people on the basketball court playing ball? Like, they got to get a permit too? And they ignore, because you have so many people gathered in one section and it's organized, you guys have to get a permit. Well, guess what? That was the end of us at Veterans Park. So when Veterans Park ends, does that mean my business ends? When my Fit Camp is over, does that mean my business is over? Hell no, that's not what I want. I don't want that kind of business. I don't want the kind of business where if my workout ends, then my business ends. So to answer your question, Beth, I'm just be real with you. Cardio drumming can be used if it's being smartly used to funnel into the HOM. So if you want to really go fast, use cardio drumming as an invitation to the HOM. If you want to go fast. That was a great question. Anybody else?
Yeah, I want to speak on that a little bit, because when I first started, I started using the whole training as leverage. But what I've noticed is that I was using the training as leverage, and yes, it gets you some people. I got most of my coaches, besides Emily, and from the training and then into the business, you know, but and that's why it took them so long to come to an event, because I used the training as leverage. I didn't use the business as leverage. You know, I didn't use the training as a funnel to get them into the business, the structure. I use the training as a funnel to get them on products, but it was just like that right there, ended right there. So, you know, I made a job for myself that became really stressful. And now, like, real talk, Damon, like, sometimes I don't even want to tell people I'm a trainer. Like, I want to just focus on Herbalife. That's it, because that's the way, and the blueprint is already there. It's just practicing the blueprint, following the blueprint, be around people that's following the blueprint, talk about the blueprint. And I do that with potential clients now. So, you know what I mean? Beth, you definitely want to create a job for yourself and just be happy that you're active, because there's a lot of people, they want Prez team, but they may not be doing the work at all. So, and you on a call and you at work, you know what I mean? Give yourself some credit, pat yourself on the back, you know what I'm saying? You are active in your business and you're going to go far, you know what I mean? So you want to be conditioned for it. You don't want to go beast mode, because I was trying to do that too. And and I had to grow into the pen. I had to learn how to grow into the pen. I was telling Damon was telling me, oh, they get team 2.5. And I'm like, oh, that's it? And he's like, what you mean? Like, and I, like, in my mind, like, in the beginning, I was going fast. I was like, oh man, this is what I got to do. I was like, oh, that's all I got to do? I'm like, all right, yeah, press team. Now I'm at get team by extravaganza. I'm being realistic and knowing that it's going to take some work. It's going to take some time. It's going to take a lot of people giving me their information, wanting to sign up and get the products and don't follow up. You know what I mean? And I'm learning to really fall in love with the process and be excited for the man that I'm becoming through the pin changes. Now, I mean, I look at my wall, I see the next pin is going to be Get Team 2.5. And I'm like, no, not Get Team 2.5, just Get Team. And I'm looking, I'm like, damn, man, who the person I'm going to become when I put that certificate on the wall? Like, I'm excited about that. And Damon, I know I went in a little bit, but
no,
I just want everybody. Yeah, all right. I just want everybody to know. Mainly. Anyways, I just want everybody to know, like, it's not about going fast. It's about getting excited about who you're becoming, because you want that to last. You don't want to just go fast and just be the same. You don't want to go fast and have the mindset of a supervisor. You want to grow with your pen. You know what I'm saying? And Damon, since I got into the business, bro, and just seeing you, man, you like sharp, bro. Like you sharp. The way you walk, everything. You know what I'm saying? You still got jokes and stuff. Mainly, get up. I mean, you still got jokes, and that's awesome. You can still be yourself and grow with the pen. You know what I'm saying? So I see Prez team coming. I see it in your personality. You know what I mean? And I know that's where we headed. And I'm excited about it. Thanks for letting me go in. I miss doing that. But thank you.
Nah, do your thing, bro. I got a wellness profile I'm gonna hop on. I'm gonna call the guy back in like 30 seconds. But I just wanted to drop that with y'all, and I wanted to let y'all know too. So I know inside of Herbalife, I remember people used to say this to me too, right? When we were building our business through Fit Camp, when we would bring people in, it was like super fun, and we would tell people like we really need to start focusing on the HOMs. And this is like before Jamal. I remember people would say like, yeah, but that's not fun. Like people don't want to come to that, right? And in my mind, I would be like, damn, like, are they right? Is that not what's going to work? Guess who's around from the people that said that? None of them. They was in it for the fun. As soon as the fun stopped, they was gone. You want people that are in this for something bigger than just fun. You want people in it for something bigger than just community. You want people in it for something deep. Like there's something deep they're looking for. And I'm going to be honest, to me, HOMs and events, that is fun to me. I crack jokes and have fun and laugh and all that. I love going to HOMs and events. The welcome party, yeah, I'm going to go in there and turn up, drink a couple beers, laugh and joke, crack jokes on people like that. I'm at a business event having fun. So guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to do that for the rest of my life, which means I'll be in Herbalife forever. That's what you want to build. That's what you want. At least that's what I want. I want a stable royalty check. I want a royalty check that ain't going nowhere. It's only going to grow. So that's the kind of culture and community I want to create, a community around HOMs and events. And I'm not telling y'all this like I just knew this stuff as soon as I came in. I'm telling y'all this from the hard-headed Damon who it took him 5 years to see it. I'm telling y'all from that space. It took me 5 years to see this. Mark Matika used to call Khalil. This is no lie. He used to call Khalil and try to get Khalil to convince me to plug back into the HOMs and Philly. This is truth. And I was in. Like I was all in. And Khalil would call me and say, yo, Mark Matika just called me and he really wants you and your team to start plugging into these HOMs. Like he really sees something for you. What do you got to say about it? And I'd be like, bro, I'm not driving on to Philly every week. That's $5 in toll, gas. People complaining. They talking about they don't want to go. I'm not doing that every week. I was in. So guess what happened? My check went. Guess where those people are? I have no idea. All the people that I was saying don't want to come, they didn't come. They didn't come. They ain't nowhere around. Me and Jamal been rocking out this HOM for how long, bro? Been 2 years now? A year and a half?
Yeah, close to over 2 years.
And real talk, me and Jamal, we don't miss events. Period. So guess what? Jamal's still here. And he's building a team. There's 7 people on this Zoom. 2 of them are part of Jamal's downline. You think there's more people on a millionaire team? You think there's more people around in a millionaire team organization? Do y'all think that I have more people on my team? Mad people. There's mad people on my team. We have 800 people in our organization. From my ID down, there's 800 people. I'm on a Zoom with 7 people. All you have to do is be the ones that outlast. That's it. That's it. I'm telling you, all you have to do is be the ones who outlast in what I just showed you. HOMs, STS, LDWs, extravaganza. Be the ones who outlast in that. You'll be looking up, and you'll have 800 people in your downline. You'll have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 serious people. And you'll be free. And you'll be like, all right, what's next? And people are gonna come to you, I promise you. People on the Ambition HOM that was Sunday night, right? People was hitting me up and they was like, yo, what are y'all doing out there in Jersey? Yo, we're not growing like that. Can you show me? Yo, what is Jamal doing? You and Jamal killing it. This is honest to God that people are messaging me this while I'm running, right? Like I'm running like little conversations over here, running little conversations over here. People are hitting me up saying this stuff. And when I tell them, they think I'm leaving something out. Like they think I'm BSing. Like I'm holding back secrets. I'm like, yeah, we just focus on DAP and plug into events. And they're like, oh, all right. No, okay.
If you didn't want to tell me, you didn't have to say. Yo, you have to do is say.
Yeah, right?
I mean,
they're like, yeah, all right, cool. Yeah, true. I'm just keeping it real, y'all. A focused, clear path to presidency has been laid out for us. We're the ones that overcomplicate. It's laid out. We just don't overcomplicate it. Cool? Right, got anything else? I really feel like these conversations right here, like this is what I needed when I was like really young in the business. I really needed this kind of stuff because I got like inspiration, but I didn't get like that certainty about it. in an intimate conversation. Like I would hear it from stage, but I would hear from like different people. Like I would hear from like legends in the business, and then somebody new would come up. This is why at LDW, just to give you guys some insight, I'm in the I help coordinate for the LDW. When they put people on stage at a LDW, if you look, right, there's always a new person who's killing the business and a seasoned person. Always. Always. That's intentional. And the reason they give you that is because the new person who's killing the business is like ignorance on fire. Like they just going, right? The seasoned person was that person before and then did it long enough to see after all that like fire goes away, what it was that actually built my business. This is what it really was. That's why they do that. It's intentional. This is what I got. Like I started to get that. So I wish I had these conversations like in a more intimate like flow back early in my business. But that's cool. I'm exactly where I need to be. Every one of us is exactly where we need to be. There's a reason why people on this call are hearing this information right now. There's a reason why. So that's all I got. Yeah, any questions? Was this valuable for y'all? Did y'all really get something from this?
Yeah, Damon, what can I expect different from the STS and the LDW?
What can you expect different?
Yeah, what's the difference? Like, I've never been to one. This would be my first time.
That's a great question. So the quarterly events are a lot more geared towards building a team. So it's a lot of leadership stuff. So like the leadership weekend kickoff. So for example, kickoff is going to help you kick off the year, right? It's going to help you clear. They're going to do a clearing exercise. They're going to help you like get clear on what you want to accomplish this year. And then they're going to show you how to start building it. And Nick Batika is awesome. Like he's the most no nonsense person that you're going to meet inside of Herbalife. No fluff, no filler, nothing. But it helps you kick off the year. So STS is more about products, marketing plan, invitations as far as new people coming to see it. The kickoff of the LDW is more for the distributor. If that makes sense.
And I think I met him. Is that Mark's son?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was at the HOM.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this event is more for us. Like, let's get y'all trained up and then out into the world, ready to take on the year. And then ready to fill up with new people the February STS so they can see it. Great question, Jen.
Thanks.
Oh yeah, and one more thing I wanted to say, because I'm really pushing to have 5 new people there. Now, Aaron, if you're not in the tri-state area, you can always invite people. Always invite people. It's good for you to go, but it's even better when you have somebody with you.
Definitely.
And when Damon said it took him 5 years to stop being hard-headed, it took me 2 years to stop being hard-headed and invite people. So invite people, and you will have more Tays, more Nailers, or more Damons coming around. So
what if you are inviting and they just not coming? Like
that's going to happen.
Hard-headed is just not happening right now.
That's going to happen.
I typically my ratio is if I got 10 people that say yes, 1 or 2 might show up. So that's what I go for. I go for 10 yeses, so I know at least 1 or 2 people will actually show up. But that's every event. Millionaire team member, right? People watch me build the business, go from like seriously broke, like below broke, to we doing all right. And they'll say, yeah, I'm gonna come check it out. And then the day of, they'll hit me and be like, yeah, bro, I just got off work, kind of tired. I'm having car issues. My mom's is tripping. My job called me in. The last one I got was, I forgot to take off work. I forgot all about the event. I forgot to take off, bro.
Yo, Dame, last week somebody told me that I forgot to put air in my tire. Like yo, you get them, yo.
I know. Cool, I'm sorry, Jamal, because I took off for this LDW last one. I said, I gotta work, but I'll be there.
Yeah, it's just the name of the game. One of the things you get inside of Herbalife, you get paid really well because you learn how to like let stuff just roll off your shoulder. Like you can get beat up in this if you let it beat you up. But if you don't take any of this personal, like if you invite somebody and they don't show up, like it's okay, like it's so cool. I was at a point in my life too where I didn't understand the value of things. I didn't understand what opportunity was. And I'm sure there's probably plenty of opportunity. There was a lady who said, so I shared the interview. It was a lady who was like, she's like crazy successful in network marketing. And she did an interview with Eric Worre. And she said that she was a part of 2 different network marketing companies, right? 2 different ones before the final one that she was in, and she killed it. And she said that she was in it and she didn't even know she was in it. Because the person that invited her, they were using like these like sideways ways of getting her to come check it out. So it was like a cleanse. This is her words. It was a cleanse, right? So she got in this cleanse challenge group, and she got into the cleanse, and they'd be buying all these products to cleanse, and they were telling her, invite more people to get into the cleanse with you. And she was getting all these people into the cleanse with her. She didn't even realize it was network marketing. She just had a whole bunch of products. She had a whole bunch of people buy a product, and she was like, well, there's no reason for me to continue buying it. So she stopped. She didn't even realize it was network marketing. Like they were so like ashamed or embarrassed. Like they didn't want to tell her what it actually was. So they used the challenge to kind of like get her in. But if they would have just straight up said, this is a business opportunity for you to make some income, come check it out, and just showed her the business, then she would have been a part of their organization. She would have been she's $1 million earner. All Eric Worre's interviews are with $1 million earners. She's $1 million earner right now. Right? So there's gonna be some people that you invite to it. There's gonna be some people that say they're gonna come and don't show up. There's gonna be some people that get in and don't stick with it. Maybe they didn't catch the vision. The only thing I want for us is I want for us to be able to say, at the very least, we created a culture where we didn't hide anything from anyone. We weren't ashamed of anything. When they came in, they knew you come to these events and it's Herbalife and there's opportunity for you to make some serious money. Serious. You can't walk away and say you didn't get all this vision. Because we didn't create nothing else except for a culture of coming to these events. Pure, unadulterated Herbalife. Period. And we just gonna have to get a few no's and a few no-shows in order to find those serious people. And guess what? It's possible because we're here. Here we are. Somebody found us, right? Somebody found Naylor, somebody found Bree, somebody found Jamal, somebody found Myra, somebody found Tess. Now we just go out and find more. All right, I got Wellness Profile. I love y'all. I'm gonna hop on the phone with the guy. I love y'all. I'm having the recording up very soon. We got Wednesday night online HOM. We got Thursday night local HOM in Philly. And then y'all already know, January kickoff this weekend, y'all. I will see everybody in person this weekend. I can't wait to meet you, Myra. Can't wait to see you again, Bree. Kay, we see you at Thursday night. I'm gonna see you Thursday night. Naylor, come on in, bro. Come see this beard, fam. You know what I mean? I'm grown out here now. All right. Mastermind, I love y'all. Had a recording soon. We are out.